What's up, Loreverse family? Today we're diving into one of the most divisive movies in the Harry Potter franchise, a film that some fans absolutely adore, while others treat it like the ugly duckling of the series. Yes, we are talking about Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, a movie that is so much better than the internet gives it credit for. And today we're bringing down why Goblet of Fire is underrated, why it gets hate it doesn't deserve, what it actually does better than the book, and why this movie marks the turning point for the entire Harry Potter franchise. Now let's get into this. Now, before we talk about why this film is amazing, let's address the criticism. Because the hate didn't come out of nowhere. Fans usually point to these things. The missing lore. Like people wanted Spoo, people wanted Ludo Bagman, House Elves, and more Triwizard lore. Okay. Also, the bad haircuts meme, right? This is the movie where the boys looked like they all lost a bet. Dumbledore's "Did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire" moment, right? Book Dumbledore says that he calmly said that. Movie Dumbledore crashed out. The pacing complaints. People felt like it rushed, through the book's 734 pages. And yes, the book is massive. And translating that into a 2.5 hour movie was never going to be perfect. But here's the twist. Most things this movie gets hate for are also things that make it one of the strongest films in the franchise. Let me explain this to you guys. This is the first movie where the Wizarding World stops feeling whimsical and becomes dangerous. Goblet of Fire is where the magic stops being just fun spells and starts becoming real consequences. We get the first on-screen death. Cedric Diggory's murder is the moment the franchise matures. We also get the full return of Voldemort, and this moment is terrifying, it's iconic, and is beautifully acted. We also see the Wizarding World's denial in real time, right? Cornelius refuses to believe Voldemort has returned, kicking off the political tension that defines the next three movies. In the Goblet of Fire, it bridges the gap between the childhood wonder of Harry Potter and the dark political fantasy. And without this movie, the tone shift in Order of the Phoenix will feel abrupt and unearned. People also complain about the tournament being rushed, but the film adapts what matters, which is the feeling of danger, right? Harry isn't prepared for any of this. The stakes also escalate flawlessly in this movie, like a dragon trying to kill him, mer people threatening loved ones, and a maze that literally corrupts itself. Each task feels distinct and visually unforgettable. And while we were speaking about visually, this is one of the best looking Harry Potter films. The Hungarian horntail sequence, one of the best fantasy chases of the 2000s, the underwater scene, still gorgeous to this day. The hedge maze, simple but psychologically horrifying. Even critics at the time praised this film for its spectacle, suspense, and cinematic ambition. Goblet of Fire is the first movie where the Wizarding World feels huge, global, and alive. People also meme the Yule Ball, but no other movie in the franchise explores teenage life like this. And this is the first time we see Harry and Ron realize that girls exist, and their awkwardness was 100% authentic. Hermione, right, becomes more than just a smart girl, right? Her moment at the Yule Ball is one of the most important character beats in the entire story. Also, that teen friendships could get messy as heck, right? Ron gets jealous, Harry's just hella confused, and Hermione gets fed up. And the Yule Ball captures something that the books always had, but the movies really showed. Kids growing up, friendships changing, feelings complicating everything, and it humanizes them, it grounds them. It's one of the most relatable parts of the entire franchise. So say what you want about the movie, but now we're going to talk about the graveyard scene, because this is one of the top 3 best scenes in the entire Harry Potter cinematic universe. Okay, because Ralph absolutely owns this role from the first second. This dude is elegant, he's horrifying, he's theatrical, he is everything Voldemort should be. And the cinematography, the acting, the score is flawless. In the duel between Voldemort and Harry, that scene introduced the visual style of magical combat that every future Potter film adopted, and it's emotional. This scene is terrifying and it's iconic. And Goblet of Fire didn't just bring Voldemort back, it redefined the entire future of Wizarding World cinema. Now, this next thing is a controversial take, but Goblet of Fire is one of the best adaptations simply because it cuts what needs to be cut. Not everything, but most of it. Look, Spoo works in the books, not in the film. Ludo Bagman is fun, but unnecessary for the plot. House Elves do add lore, but it derails pacing. Barty Crouch Jr.'s bigger backstory is great, but it's not movie essential. And the film focuses on the tournament, the friendships, the mystery, the return of Voldemort. That's a smart adaptation, and it keeps the story tight, cinematic, and emotionally resonant. Because let's be honest, Everyone is acting their hearts out here. Daniel Radcliffe is peak emotional range. Like you feel Harry's shock, you feel his fear, and you really feel his trauma in every scene. Robert Pattinson as Cedric. In just a handful of scenes, he becomes one of the most beloved characters in the series, right? Brendan Gleeson as Mad Eye Moody. He's pure and chaotic with an incredible twist. And Emma Watson's maturity and Rupert Grint's comedic timing. This film shows the trio becoming real actors. And Goblet of Fire is the movie that forced the cast to evolve. And in my opinion, they nailed it. Goblet of Fire gets hate because people compare it to the book, not to the movies around it. But without this film, the tone shift would not work. Voldemort's return wouldn't hit as hard. Cedric's death wouldn't break the fandom. The Wizarding World wouldn't feel global, and Harry's maturity wouldn't feel earned. And Goblet of Fire is the movie that grows up the entire franchise. It's messy, it's emotional, it's risky, and it's unforgettable. So the next time someone says Goblet of Fire is mid, remind them this is the movie that changed Harry Potter forever. And this is why I'm happy that we are getting the show, because I'm more than sure that they're going to dig deep into a lot of the things that we have missed in the past, which is totally fine. And that's the reason for having the show, right? They're going to be digging into things that the movies weren't able to dig into. And that's the beauty of having the show. You have multiple episodes versus where we had a movie, we only had freaking 2 hours and some change, possibly 3 hours. With the show, we get over 8 to 9 hours of content. So we're going to enjoy it in the shows, but like the movies, but in the movies, they had to do what they had to do. But I hope you guys liked this video. The reason why I wanted to make this video was because the 23rd, I think it was the 23rd anniversary of this movie came out. And I was like, yo, I finally have a perfect excuse to really cape for this movie. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. Stay crispy and peace out.